Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have a really fun Lord Barov high roll, showing off Menagerie in what is nearly a classic form. One of those gigantic Brann plus Battlemaster boards that builds one huge taunt and then sprinkles a bunch of tech cards around it and other tribes and scales and scales and scales. Get yourself those premium minions because you have all the time in the world with that Battlemaster stomping everybody's boards. It's pretty funny when you get that golden Battlemaster with like 250 health and you look at the opposing board state and there's literally no way that all of their stats combined can kill your one big taunt. Nothing feels better than that security blanket. All right, enjoy. That number being as high as possible. All right, do you believe? Do you believe in actually hitting Avenge minion today? Turn 5 Avenge. We did it. We used up all our luck and got him at the same time. Nest Matron in a heartbeat. And we're going to the moon. If we get the gamble right, we'll have 7 things in hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can't possibly get more than 3 procs. Imagine thinking you're going to get 3 procs. Ghoul? Ghoul to guarantee all of those things. It's OP. 3 triple in the 4 Ticketus versus Sneed 3 triple in the 4. That one turn ago? Alright, this should definitely be Ticketus. Why Witchwing over Doomsayer? Just curious about the thought process. It's more efficient gold-wise. You get 1 minion per 3 gold instead of 1 minion per 4 gold. Battlecry minions are typically better than demons. And on top of that, we have a pair of a Battlecry minion on the board. So it offers the opportunity to just immediately proc a triple. On like a 10% chance. But it's a good question. Absolutely. Boo. We'll take our 3 procs. Love the milk. The question is, can we get... No triple. Fair enough, fair enough. And a 50-50 a tie, too. Still super, super good start. 9 out of 10 start. Hey, look, the triple. If we get the gamble right there, that's a 6-star. How does Sneed beat Ticketus? It just has to be this guy got milk and this guy got tempo, right? They both tripled into a 4. Or take a Brann. Sure, there's one good 5-star. I agree. There's a lot of bad on 5. All right, so be it. We'll take our damage. We'll start generating 5 stars. Button equals green. Yeah, the button was green. We'll go to the moon. He didn't even have that much damage on the board. This is like an appropriate amount of stats to milk here. I'll take it. That's a good 5-star right there. Is the first one, naturally. At least we didn't get sniped. Doomsayer's great. Might go to 6. We get our 3rd proc too. Holy shit. Alright, that is a 5-star. And perfect damage reduction? Shit. Guess who's gonna be on Tavern 6? High roll for sure. That's what happens when you hit an Avenge unit. I kinda like the Calicos. Kinda like Calicos. Bofur, why do you hate Salt Scale Murloc so much? Because you don't play Murlocs in this game. There's no hatred for Salt Scale. It's the best card in the game for Flurgle, but nobody plays Murlocs for Murlocs. You just play Shallow Poison. You don't need scaling. Coiler for... I mean, I'm taking Calicos. We're going to 6. We're just gonna force this. I'm gonna play both. So that means I'm cycling anyway. We either find a good thing on this board, or we're gonna Hero Power. High risk, high reward? I mean, there's not a lot of risk here. We're doing exactly what we need to do to win this game. We went to 6 on turn 7. We have a 8-16 on the board and a couple other decent sized minions. We're gonna milk hopefully 2 battle cries. I'm gonna take the guy without the triple, but mostly for the reason that it's an Alec here, and generally in the middle of the game it's pretty hard to beat those. That's all 5 stars. That's crazy. That's a hell of a board, but hopefully we trim everything other than the Trickster off. As long as we just dodge and head to the right. We get our 2 procs. That hits good. That's not. That is. I mean, amusingly, we get 3 procs this way. We do take a little more damage than we should have. Like, we easily could have tied that round if we just hit toward the right with the Calicos, right? So what now? A balance of milk and dragons? No, just dragons. We're on 6 with Calicos. Oh, fuck off. Okay, it might be Murlocs, actually. Ooh, dude. I like Nadina. I like Thorncaller. I like other things better, probably. How about a Battlemaster this stage of the game? It seems far too good to pass up on, right? I want to keep these on the board if I can. Like, we're not really... Yeah, I can't do that, actually, can I? I need a sell here. We're not really a good Calicos board. We're more of a Menagerie board. And this is a Murloc lobby. Order, so no dragons? Obviously not. Order! Oh, wait, that's not what you're doing. The order's the funny part. Okay, now we try to get a little bit better stuff. that ideally we go toward Calicos, but if we don't get a second Calicos or any premium dragons, we're not going to do like shallow bullshit dragons. We have seafood in the lobby. We can leave ourselves open with a Brann. Now Menagerie looks way better than dragons does. I think seafood needs a nerf. Absolutely. It is the most critical card to be nerfed in this game right now. If you want this game to be healthier, seafood's the first thing on the chopping block. If you go to 6 and you survive for 3 turns, you win the lobby. Like 80% of the time. And that's because of Seafood Slinger. When Murlocs are in, I should say. I see the Khadgar. I'm not doing that. It's far too expensive. Question is, what do I want to play here? Like, this is fine for now. It's the first seafood. And so it begins. So we're going to have to play things through, or we have to freeze this board. You could argue freezing the board because of Rattler as well. I want this thing to be poisoned in the long run. I don't really want to taunt it. We should be too strong to lose, right? This is such an easy gamble right now. We saw how strong he is. I don't see any way that, like, we saw this guy last fight, then we saw how strong that guy was. That we're just getting offered scabs on the gambles. I should move a little bit quicker. Why seafood and why 3 turns? Because it generates Amalgadons, or it generates triples that generate more seafoods that generate Amalgadons. And once you get rolling on a board that can make use of all of that shit, let's just ignore the fact that Reborn Myexna is a thing. Just the idea of getting a bunch of Amalgadons usually wins lobbies. 3 turns is usually about the amount of time it takes to start getting rolling. Now, plus or minus a turn, whatever. But we get to this stage of the game. I love how I said that was an easy gamble and then he got killed by this guy 1 turn later. What in the fuck was this board plus 1 turn that killed the guy that had Mama Bear Brann? Oh, too bad. The game is not entirely predictable. Sometimes you miss. I could just take the Brann. Just expensive. There's a Hamul. Buying up a random Murloc at this point is probably not worthwhile. This gives dragons. Do I care? I can force demons. Demons is a much more interesting force, isn't it? Because we can hit either a Golden Battlemaster or Firebat. I hate everything about this game. It was on the first board. It was both of them. Both of them were on the first board. Then Brann rolled past it and was like, no, fuck you. Alright, this is scary now. We've missed for 3 turns. We said 80% of the time. Looking like we're finding the remaining percent of the time. No, we're not weak for turn 10, right? Guy murdered a guy. This guy's on 6. Now 5 Murloc or 6 Murlocs from that position. I mean, sure. Blood gems don't make a tangible difference here. We can play into Agam still. Yeah, this is our problem. This is certainly a problem. Now, don't get me wrong, we don't lose this round. Not unless he hits runner into the same unit. Still probably fine, but Oh, at least we don't take too much damage. Never gonna die. We low rolled for a little bit. We have a seafood in hand. Still haven't found an Amalgadon. Just kind of chilling, missing every gamble. No big deal. I really want the triple here, not the value off of that. I don't want bad bullshit minions. All right, these are good hits. This is pretty close. A couple options. Number one, we can play the Houndmaster through before the Strong Shell to buff up a Myexna. Don't really care too much about this. This thing tripling is going to happen this turn. Question is, what else do we do? I think we do it this way. Number one here, number two here. Then we take the triple. We save for Myexna if possible, or Gas Coiler if it's the best thing that we can get. Alright. At least we hit a Firebat eventually. It's not useful now. Now we took it down to 1 unit on the board. Why are you like this game? You're just being mean. Just being really mean. And then we die to a single Myexna? Okay, cool. So be it. Hey, no Myexnas. Hooray! No Myexnas. A little bit scary that the game typically is very much in hand at this point by the time we've been on 6 this long. We're still doing okay. We're alive on 6, making a good board. It's just, we should have won by now. Where the fuck are our Amalgadons? At least we found a seafood. I'm gonna settle for that. Or Sephin with the seafood. I'm gonna settle for that. What a Spore. Meh. Selfless. Meh. Argus. Like Nicholena, if we could get an Amalgadon at any point in this game. Alright, so. Yo, Greg. Thank you so much, Greg City. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs, dude. Appreciate the support. So the question becomes, do we do anything this turn? Nicholena is a board upgrade because it's a bumper and a Calico shield. The thing that we would have to sell is either Brann, which breaks our ability to build the board any further, which, you know, could be okay considering where we are in this game, or Firebat, because it's just stats here, right? So Firebat seems like a reasonable thing to do. The problem is that we're going to create a complete bunch of useless minions on the board, right? This thing doesn't really do anything for the long term, not against the Murloc board. This guy doesn't do anything. So they're not actually valuable to us. If they're good enough to get us by this round, that's something. We want Sephin the proc. It procs for both of these two. It'll get there off of these guys, so you could argue pulling this back. I think I'd rather be a little safer just in case Brann doesn't die or Myexna doesn't die or something. This thing solos his board. That in front. Now we only need 3 things to die, and then we get double proc because it's a golden Sephin. So there's no real reason to do anything else. Putting the Firebat all the way in the front just makes it more hits before we kill something. And our real risk is that he poisons. So you could argue putting Brann back a little bit. Oh, good. We lost the Murloc guy. Just the beast. Oh, look. It's here. And so it begins. It only took way longer than it should have to get to this stage of the game. No. At least has to be a Murloc on the board to consider freezing it. No seafood? Because Brann's gonna go here. Piece of shit. Why is this game so hard? Alright, whatever. No Divine Shield. How many adapts is this? 1, 6, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. Ghoul? No, you don't need a ghoul. This guy's a Goldrun Beast. That's a good poison. That's a tolerable poison. That'll win. Alright. And we built a board that doesn't lose to anything, pretty much. It should have gotten here, on average, like a turn and a half before we did. Even our Amalgadon low rolled. We sure made that a card for a very, very, very tried and true easy strat to win lobbies. Go to 6, Seafood and Beasts are in. Your objective is to flush the entire board, and just end up with 2 Reborn Myexnas and Amalgadons. This thing bought us time. This thing bought us time. It's really the problem was that we never found a Primal Fin, and we didn't find an Amalgadon. We even found an early Seafood, but the question was like, do you take a Seafood into a minion that does nothing for your board just to discover a 6-star and waste the Seafood? You had as much money as Galley.